I was a crafty child. Glitter pens, rainbow loom, those like funky scissors that cut shapes, those stamps that cut shapes, or the scissors cut patterns. Bracelet making sets. I would also watch a lot of like miniature channels. My favorite was RR Cherry Pie. And I think their miniature series introduced me to decoden. Decoden, decoden, originated in kawaii and girly subcultures in Japan and literally translates to decoration phone. So to decorate your phone was just a fun way to express yourself and accessorize. It did evolve into what it is today. So a whipped cream like base topped with cabochon, so big flat back decoration pieces, and those are surrounded by beads, pearls, glitter, lots of glitter, really anything you want, and it all just kind of comes together to be this one cute masterpiece. It's always been one of those things that I've wanted to try, and it just seems so far-fetched for me to be able to do. You know what? Like, I'm an adult and I have free will, and let me try it out. This is my very first decoden project, and I filmed what I did. So this is my workstation, and heads up, I lost the footage of me introducing literally everything I'm using, but that cup is what I'm going to mix everything in, and I am going to be working on this picture frame. It was at this point that I was looking for sandpaper that I swore up and down that I had, which is why you're not supposed to swear in order to make sure that the substance sticks to the item. So you kind of just got to buff it out. But I didn't have sandpaper, so I just used scissors to scratch up the picture frame. But I would definitely recommend sandpaper like I was about to use, or even like a drill bit. So what I'm mixing is silicone that I got from Home Depot and acrylic paint. So I did watch 2 videos to prep for this, and one video she basically explained how to do the silicone thing. So I'll put on the screen which exact one I bought. I thought it was the white one, but it ended up being clear, which ended up being fine. And she also explicitly expressed not to put a whole bunch of acrylic paint in it because otherwise it will not dry, or it will take that much longer to dry out, and it already takes like a couple days. So I just mixed a dab of light blue acrylic paint that I had. It's in the background somewhere. And I just used like a plastic knife, I think that is. It was seriously so difficult to get this stuff out of the tube without the apparatus, gun, whatever it is, to get it out. Again, the video I watched, she was like, oh, it's not really that necessary. Like, you can use it, but like, you don't have to. No. If I were to do this again, which I do plan to, spoiler alert, I would not do what I did. I'm using like 2 small bottles of paint to push through the back of the tube in order to get it out, and it is very difficult. This was definitely the most difficult part of the project by far. So once everything was mixed, I prepped a piping bag, like a cake icing piping bag, and I used a jar to hold it up, but I did end up folding the edges of the bag down just so that it was more stable to pour in there, but I'm just kind of gooping it into the bag. That sounds so gross. This silicone is no joke though. Like, it's boofing. It smells so bad. It smells like base boosted salt and vinegar chips in this room, and it's not a big room, so I would recommend opening a window. Or what I did was I put on a mask that was at my desk because it stinks. So I'm kind of doing like a practice run with the silicone to get a hang of it, and the first like tries, they weren't that bad, so I was feeling very confident. So I started my first row, and this is slightly sped up. I was going pretty slow I did figure out not to lift up the piping bag so that it kind of is uniform and you won't get as many like strings and stuff. If I were to mess up or if it would like come off of the like that basically, I would take like, I think I used like a paintbrush or a pen or something, and I just kind of pushed it into place. It is really malleable. Any type of mistakes, you can kind of just cover it up because you're about to put a bunch of junk on top of it, essentially. Which I love stuff like this. This is up my alley because I like detailed oriented projects and work, but I also like to have like a fail safe kind of. So if a project has the potential to be messy and like there is margin, there's a lot of margin for error, like it's not gonna look perfect, that's up my alley. Before I started mixing the silicone, I had already separated which charms I wanted from all the packs I got. I got 3 total and I don't really like them, so I'm not gonna say where I got them and I'll touch on that later. But I just started like pushing them into the silicone. I didn't account for the space between the charms and it did look pretty empty. So luckily I do have a stash of buttons and I just kind of picked ones out that color coordinated with the project and I loved it. It came out really cute. I feel like I'm talking in a way that's giving like pointers or like advice, I guess. Very novice, very experimental. I'm definitely not no expert and this is not a tutorial. I'm just recalling my experience and what I would do differently the next time I do this project because I genuinely had a lot of fun. I just, it was the first time for everything. So I'm giving pointers kind of, but I am also more so reflecting like there's a million and one ways to get to the same destination. I genuinely had a lot of fun. I just, it was the first time for everything. So I'm giving pointers kind of, but I am also more so reflecting like there's a million and one ways to get to the same destination. If there's a next time of me filming something like this, I would try to do like a bird's eye or something because you can't really see what I'm doing for real, but like, I mean, you could kind of pick up what I'm putting down. But yeah, I think I'm done reflecting. I just rinsed and repeated everything I did until I finished. And yeah, it was a lot of fun other than the funky smell. Now to get into I guess the aftermath or whatever, this is a picture frame that I am gonna be gifting. So unfortunately I can't keep my first excuse me. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it will pick up on camera or like the footage that I already have. I started with this side and the whipping texture on this side looks very distinct compared to this side where it looks like goopy. I don't think it's that I mixed it wrong. I don't know if I was too like aggressive in like shimmying the charms or anything like that. I don't I don't know. It is a lot squishier than I thought, which makes sense because they used to put them on like those little TPU phone cases. And I'm like, well, how are you going to put this like whipping stuff that I thought was hard on a soft phone case and it works? And I get it because this is actually very like jelly, not jelly soft, but like it's silicone. I would do a couple things differently. Like I would buy the actual apparatus to take the silicone out of this thing because oh my gosh, like I think that was the most laborious task, was to push the silicone out of here. And there is some still left, but I don't know if it's good. It might be not. I don't know. Maybe I'll bust it open and see if there's anything left. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I would definitely do this again with more curated charms than the ones that I got. Again, I'm not gonna link them or anything because I don't particularly like that there wasn't much variety in the packs that I got except for one. Same thing with the video of me making the pants. I want to do a cost breakdown. I wouldn't have anything to compare it to though. I purchased the charms and I purchased two 100 packs and I think 150 or 25 pack off Amazon. And I did not use all of them. I could probably do like 2, 3, 4 more projects with what I have left. The piping materials, the piping bags. I think anything else I already had. I had the picture frame, the mixing stuff. I mean, if I'm missing anything, I'll put it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure everything else I already had. So this is how much I put into this project. And again, I would not purchase the charms again. I just keep running that home. I would buy like curated charms or something off like Etsy. If you like the video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe. If you like decoden, let me know. I'm done talking and creating and you're done watching me do both, and you'll see me when you